KSL News at 4 starts now.
Thanks so much for joining us at 4. Some new information now on a deadly crash in southern Utah. One teenager killed, 3 others hurt.
News specialist Lad Egan join us live now with details on what exactly happened here. Lad?
Yeah, Mike and Ashley, what we're learning at this hour is that this was a single vehicle crash. There were 4 teenage boys in this pickup truck. We're told they were heading to the gym early this morning in Hurricane when their truck left the road and rolled. Here's a map showing where this accident happened. The Highway Patrol says it happened just before 5:30 this morning on State Route 59 in Washington County between Apple Valley and Hurricane. The Chevy pickup truck had just passed another vehicle when it lost control and rolled into a field, coming to rest on its top about 300 feet from the highway. One of the boys, a 16-year-old, was in the back seat and was ejected. He was pronounced dead on scene. The 3 other teens were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries and are listed in stable condition. The patrol says 3 of the teens were not wearing seatbelts and that this investigation is ongoing. And the Highway Patrol this afternoon, not releasing the identity of that 16-year-old who passed away, but they are telling KSL-TV that all 4 of these teenagers are from the Colorado City, Arizona area. Ashley, for now, I'll send it back to you.
All right, Lad, thanks for the update.
New at 4, a woman has died in Saratoga
community to help.
New details this evening on a car crash in southern Utah that claimed the life of a 16-year-old boy. The annual competition for
I'm Shara Park.
Yeah, hoping they can get their closure. Shara, we'll see you at 6. Thank you. Well, some new details out of southern Utah at this hour about a car crash that killed a teenage boy and injured 3 others.
News specialist Lad Egan join us live now with more on what exactly happened here. Lad?
Yeah, well, Mike and Ashley, we are learning that there were 4 teenage boys riding in a pickup truck early this morning. They were heading to the gym in Hurricane when that pickup truck left the road and rolled. Here's a map showing where that accident happened. According to the Highway Patrol, it was around 5:30 this morning on State Route 59 in Washington County. The area was between Apple Valley and Hurricane. Investigators say the Chevy pickup truck had just passed another vehicle on the 2-lane highway when the crash happened.
The driver lost control. The vehicle went across the east and westbound lanes and into a field to the south where it rolled. And unfortunately, one of the passengers passed away. Preliminary investigation shows that we had some individuals that were ejected from the vehicle, but we're still investigating that.
The truck came to rest on its top in a field about 300 feet from the highway. The Highway Patrol says the 16-year-old boy, who was pronounced dead on scene, was riding in the back seat and was ejected. His identity is not being released at this time, but the Highway Patrol is confirming with KSL-TV that the 4 teenagers involved in this crash are from the Colorado City, Arizona area that is just across the state line from Hilldale, Utah. The 3 other teens that survived this accident, they were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, and we're told that they are listed in stable condition at this time. The patrol says 3 of the teens were not wearing seatbelts and that the investigation is ongoing. For Live at 5, I'm Lad Egan.
Awful reminder to wear those seatbelts. What a shame. All right, thank you, Lad. A woman is dead in the country.
Days after a piece of an office chair flew into a family's windshield and nearly caused serious harm, KSL found that same piece of debris still lying on the freeway. Coming up on KSL-5 News at 6, we'll show you that piece of the office chair and talk about the dangers of road debris. You've seen ladders and mattresses lying on freeways, but a Lehigh family got too close for comfort with an office chair. And days later, KSL found that chair in nearly the exact same spot. We asked the people who are responsible for keeping Utah's roadways clear why this was still sitting there days after this incident.
I like to believe.
KSL News at 6 starts now.
Good evening. Our top story tonight's one you'll only see on KSL. The base of an office chair that flew into a Lehigh family's windshield stayed there in the road for days.
Shocking dash cam video showing the moment it hurled into their car on Saturday. His special Shelby Lofton explains where this dangerous piece of debris showed up again.
3 days after this troublesome piece of metal was reported, one of our photographers discovered it in nearly the exact same spot lying on the freeway. And this could have done serious harm to a member of the Eaton family. Thankfully, it didn't, but it still hadn't been removed until early this morning when our photographer picked it up to get it out of the way of other drivers.
It's scary to watch back, and you can see, you can hear the terror in everybody's voice.
A large piece of an office chair flew like a propeller into the Eaton family's car. Lily Eaton called 911.
She was like, we have reports of an office chair.
4 legs of a chair without wheels launched into their car.
It hit us just right that it didn't impale through the windshield.
3 days later, we found the piece of metal sitting in the same spot where Eaton's mom pulled over the family car.
I'm not aware that we've been able to narrow that down specifically to where that one came from. This is something that we try to make sure doesn't occur.
Utah Highway Patrol works with 911 dispatch to clear the roads.
We try to remove them as quickly as possible, especially if it's something that is a major hazard.
Sergeant Cameron Roden says troopers will typically bring the items to the shoulder.
If it's something that we feel is going to be safe on the side of the road, then we'll wait for UDOT to pick those up.
We asked how long that wait can last. 3 days it can take that time?
That is sometimes possible.
UDOT says road debris has become more of an issue in recent years. They said there's no record that this particular piece of debris was reported to their crews. KSL is working to find out how many times the chair was called in to police or UHP.
It seems like maybe it's not a big deal, people can swerve around it, but if you're not paying attention, it can create really big problems for a lot of people.
UHP says the best way to report debris in the road is to call 911 as soon as you see it. Describe what you're seeing, what lane it's in, what exit you're nearby. There could have been another serious incident involving this big piece of metal. Thanks to our photographer's eagle eye, that was prevented. Shelby Lofton, KSL-5 News.
Yeah, what a scare. Shelby, thank you. Utah family desperate for answers.